For decades, Mexico has been ravaged by violence from deadly drug cartels. 90,000 people missing and hundreds of thousands murdered.
Yo creo que la violencia no se va a acabar porque tenemos que imponer el terreno de nosotros, pues.
The multi-billion-dollar industry of narco-trafficking is one of Mexico's biggest exports.
The most powerful is the Sinaloa cartel. Almost the 70% of the world is infected by this cartel.
The cartels are entrenched, with many in government and the military on the payroll.
Why do you think they let you do what you do?
Porque la mayoría de las ganancias van a dar a ellos, a los altos mandos del gobierno.
In the Mexican state of Sinaloa, the city of Culiacan sits at the foot of the Sierra Madre mountains. It's home to the Sinaloa drug cartel and the site of some of the most fierce battles in Mexico's drug wars. Violence has become a way of life here.
There's just been a shooting in the middle of Culiacan. We think it's related to cartels. There's actually a police car behind us and the National Guard. Yeah, they're definitely going where we're going. Police said that was a hit job gone wrong between cartels. The guy had been shot in the leg, shot in the arm, and hit across the head. He's lucky to survive. Policeman told me this is happening every single day.
Police here are stretched, and they're also the targets. In May, the state's chief of police was killed in an ambush by suspected cartel hitman, known as sicarios. And a veteran police officer from Culiacan has just been reported missing, presumed kidnapped by the cartels.
Do you worry that you might not make it home?
Es difícil, es una parte muy difícil porque está de por medio mi vida. Han caído bastantes compañeros a manos de la delincuencia organizada. Cárteles siempre se pelean el poder. Siempre hay una disputa entre los cárteles por el poder. Quieren tener el poder del cártel más fuerte.
Igual, pues ya tengo 15 años de policía, 15 años de experiencia, de operativos fuertes, homicidios. Trabajar en Sinaloa es muy difícil. Estamos expuestos, estamos en la calle.
The people here have very little trust in the police force. Many believe they've been infiltrated by the cartels.
How big of an issue is corruption?
Me hago llegar de gente honesta, de gente trabajadora, pero sabemos que la calle es muy tentadora. Hay que unirnos y estar muy unidos para tener esa fortaleza para luchar contra ellos.
Corruption in Mexico has been an extreme problem for many decades.
Writer Joan Grillo says the cartels are gaining in strength and influence every year.
It used to be that the upper hand was held by the security forces, by the police and the military, and they could extort the bribe from the cartels. What we've seen in the last 20 years is some of the cartels have become much more powerful, so it becomes the cartels actually bullying and controlling elements of the security forces. Across Mexico, you have many people who are very fed up with the cartels. We are seeing record numbers of murders. We are seeing disappearing people, digging mass graves for people, corrupting the country, holding the country back. On the other hand, especially the poor neighborhoods of Mexico, the cartels have a massive reach. They provide a lot of work for people, and people refer to the cartel figures as los valientes, or the brave ones.
Very much a shrine to the Sinaloa cartel. You've got narcos with attitude, you've got the cocaine dealers of Sinaloa. These are all El Chapo areas.
Joaquin El Chapo Guzman led the Sinaloa cartel from a small trafficking outfit to one of the most profitable crime syndicates in the world. He was extradited to the United States in 2017 and sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years. But the Sinaloa cartel still dominates the North American drug market.
La gorra que vende, pues es Sinaloa. Aquí la gente le gusta mucho lo que es eso, pues es que pues él siempre nos ayudó mucho a la gente aquí.
El Chapo was born in a small town northeast of Culiacan, deep in the western Sierra Madre. It's the perfect hideout for narcos. The mountains provide cover from prying eyes. The crops of poppies and marijuana fuel the drug trade. Light planes take off from makeshift airstrips, flying contraband across the border. This is cartel country, and I'm heading straight into it.
So we're about 2.5 hours outside of Culiacan, and this place is so far beyond government control. I haven't seen police cars for about an hour. All you see is guys like this on quad bikes with guns. These guys are one of the most powerful cartels in the country, and they are partially responsible for the violence Mexico is seeing at the moment. I'm going to spend the night with them. I want to know what exactly is happening. This is some serious terrain. Nice, helpful guys, the cartel. Oh, great. Oh, this is the arse end of nowhere, isn't it? What is this place?
Pues es rancho que nos sirve para maíz y calabaza, sandía. Las toma para las vacas de agua. O un rancho normal. Y ya para aquellos lados ya tenemos por lo que es enervante y ya. Allá sembramos mota, sembramos solfia. Y otros negocios que no queremos que vea la gente ni el gobierno.
Do the police ever come by here, you know?
Así han llegado a venir, pero solo pasan por caminos y uno ya mismo, pues muchas veces le da dinero a uno, 20,000, 50,000 pesos para que no te metas en 15 días. Otra vez quieren mujeres y eso.
So the police come here and you bribe them with women?
Es lo que piden y es lo que le damos. Si ellos vienen en buen plan, pues nosotros en buen plan, nosotros cooperamos con ellos. Y si ellos vienen en modo agresivo contra nosotros, pues nosotros nomás repelemos la agresión. Ahorita te lo marco.
Guys like these are small but important players in the bigger cartel network. They grow and transport marijuana and opioids into the US.
It's a lot of weed, isn't it? Wowzers.
Pues anteriormente era la marihuana, aún se produce igual, pero bajó de precio. Ahorita le estamos pegando más a la amapola. Pues la otra temporada sembramos marihuana, aunque no sea igual de costosa ni vendida.
How old is the little dude over there? 13. That is young, isn't it, to get involved in this game?
Pues está pequeño, pero entre más pequeño más aprende y le gusta.
Have you all, like, killed people with these guns?
Pues sí, pero si no conoce la gente, el problema es que mate pues, uno de mis compañeros, alguien conocido, pues familia. Pero yo supongo que si no lo conoce uno no siente nada. Como matar un animal, digo yo.
It's still quite hard though, isn't it? You know, it's like another human being. Does that ever like weigh on the conscience? You know, you think about it.
Pues no, no. No es difícil porque si no los lleva, lo llevan a uno.
Why is it so violent? How do you stop that?
Yo creo que la violencia no se va a acabar porque tenemos que imponer el terreno de nosotros, pues. Entre más territorio tiene, más merca maneja, más cruce.
What do you think of the police?
Que es muy corrupta, porque se deja sobornar por muchos narcotraficantes.
This 13-year-old's family all work for the cartel.
Is it your dad who's kind of like the boss?
Sí,
Why do you think your dad sells drugs?
por necesidad.
Do you think you could kill someone?
No,
No.
no, pues yo con las armas me siento a gusto, pero lo de que quitarle una vida a una persona no se me hace bien.
You know, a lot of people get killed each year.
Por las drogas ya no se van a pelear y no se van a matar.
If you get asked to carry on the family business, selling drugs, will you say no?
No, pues estudiar veterinario. Me gustan mucho los animales,
¿Qué es tu favorita animal?
las vacas, porque no sé, todo el tiempo me han gustado desde chiquito.
I like horses, also dogs.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's amazing how quick they go from pretty normal dudes to terrifying killers. Do you consider yourselves kind of like terrorists?
No, nosotros nomás lo que hacemos, nada de otro tipo de acto contra la sociedad que esté mal.
A couple of days ago in Culiacan, a police officer was kidnapped. I suppose to me that seemed like acts of terrorism, you know, if you're kidnapping police.
Pues usted no sabe qué puede hacer el policía. Muchas veces es un policía corrupto que hacen cosas indebidas. Pero alguna razón haber tenido para ese hecho, no, a nadie lo levantan nomás por puras ganas.
So we just got a phone call from a local crime reporter here who's told me that an officer reported missing a couple of days ago here in Culiacan. His body has just turned up. Hola, Pepis.
Esta persona pues la conocí yo muy bien. Me toca convivir con los policías día a día por la nota roja. Y pues ahí me tocó verlo como prácticamente le cortaron la cabeza.
Reporter Ernesto Martinez has covered the crime beat in Sinaloa for over 2 decades. He shows me where the body of 45-year-old officer Jesus Manuel Soto was found.
Ese hoyo que está ahí, ese es de los mismos disparos que realizaron con armas automáticas, con rifles de alto poder. Si eso le hizo allá a la piedra y a la tierra, imagínate al tejido, a los huesos, al cráneo, cómo quedó. Aquí hay tejido, mira, todavía. Ese es tejido orgánico.
That's his brain?
Hey.
Oh, man, really? They've shot a police officer 65 times and his brain is lying on the floor. Like, do you think anybody will be punished for this?
Absolutamente no.
A few days later, the family holds the funeral.
Posición, tirado de pie. Yo. Apuntar. Yo. Luego. Yo. Retirar. Yo.
Try to talk to people from the family, they're all too scared. The police don't want to talk to me because they don't even trust each other.
There've been no official statements from police chiefs or politicians about the murder of Jesus Manuel Soto.
Yet another murder.
De años trabajando en esto, ¿no? Este año ha sido el más violento en cuestión de asesinatos, pero se ha mantenido en reserva, o sea, una autocensura por seguridad. No escribir todo lo que sé, porque eso es una sentencia de muerte. Todos los días que sales de tu casa no sabes si vas a volver. Estás con la vida pendiendo de un hilo.
Mexico is the most dangerous place to be a journalist in the world. It's not Syria. It's not Afghanistan. It's Mexico. I have to left my country, ironically, to be able to keep doing my job.
Journalist Anabel Hernandez is in hiding. Her work exposing corruption has led to death threats.
I published a series of investigations with the connections between the Sinaloa cartel and the top of the government of Mexico. Yes, the cartels are terrible, of course, but they became this powerful because the Mexican government was involved.
Vamos a acabar con la corrupción. No mentir, no robar, no traicionar al pueblo.
In 2018, President Andrés Manuel López Obrador was elected, promising to stamp out corruption and violence.
Mexicans have a lot of hope in this new president.
In 2020, the former Secretary of Defense, General Salvador Cienfuegos, was arrested at Los Angeles airport by US authorities. He was indicted on money laundering and drug trafficking charges.
The army in Mexico was not happy with that. The current Secretary of the Defense, he asked the president to help release Cienfuegos.
Si usted o su gobierno habían recibido presiones de las Fuerzas Armadas para regresar a Cienfuegos.
No admitimos presiones de nadie.
The Mexican government intervened and the US charges were dropped. General Cienfuegos returned home a free man. Mexican authorities then quickly exonerated him.
The fact that the Mexican government of López Obrador managed to get a major general from the United States of Mexico and then not charge him, that won President López Obrador massive points with the military.
It's very obvious in Mexico that is giving more power to this army.
¡Viva México! ¡Viva México!
Since he's been in power, we have this new police force called the National Guard, which is a militarized police. So you're actually seeing a more militarized country, but less direct attempts to stop the drug trade.
He promised to do something different, but when you see just the reality, nothing changed, it's just the same. In some parts, it's worse.
I wanted to ask the Mexican government what it's doing to fight corruption. I met with Olga Sanchez Cordero, Mexico's Interior Minister.
How is it that so many murders can go unsolved?
En virtud de deficiencias en la investigación, a veces los fiscales están amenazados. A veces los jueces están amenazados. Esa es una realidad.
A large issue is levels of impunity. Latest figures suggest, 10% of murders go to sentencing.
Exactamente. Pero te voy a decir una cosa. Antes era el 3%. Hemos avanzado. Lo que pasa es que aquí tienes tú que combatirlos a diferentes niveles. El nivel más importante de todos los cárteles para combatirlo no es el fuego ni tampoco un armamento pesado. ¿Sabes qué es? La congelación de cuentas, pero sobre todo social. Quitarles la base social a la delincuencia y a los cárteles es la prioridad del gobierno. Quitar la base social. Nadie había volteado a ver la base social. Todo era la fuerza del ejército, de la marina y de la policía.
You recently put the National Guard in charge of the kind of response to cartels. They are a militarized force. Are you not doing exactly the same?
La Guardia Nacional es un cuerpo especializado. Están entrenados como policías. Es policía.
So why not just use the police?
Porque cuando llegamos al gobierno no teníamos esa policía. Y la policía estaba muy corrompidos, corruptos.
Like, I acknowledge that you inherited a very difficult situation. I don't deny that. It's just getting worse, it seems. More and more people are dying, record homicide rates. The question is, when will your policies see results?
El presidente sabe que los cárteles de la droga tienen una base social muy fuerte. ¿Qué estamos haciendo? Recuperando la base social. Lo que tratamos nosotros es cambiar la mentalidad del joven, la mentalidad de la familia y que se den cuenta que lo mejor es estar del otro lado que del lado de los criminales.
Up in the mountains, the government's policies are not working.
He wants to be a vet. What do you think's more likely? He's going to be a vet or he's going to end up in the cartel killing people?
Pues yo la verdad lo que veo que va a terminar siendo mañoso. Le veo más futuro de mañoso que de veterinario.
It's a bit depressing, though, isn't it, that he's probably going to have to go on to kill other human beings, because that is it's a bit of a messed up life.
Pues ya estamos terminando en él, hombre. Lo más seguro que ese paso también lo de él. Ya anda aquí.
Who really controls Mexico? Is it the authorities or is it the cartels?
El gobierno. El cartel llega hasta donde el gobierno quiere. El gobierno es el verdadero jefe.
Why do you think they let you do what you do?
Porque la mayoría de las ganancias van a dar a ellos, a los altos mandos del gobierno.
For the people of Mexico, it means that the country is just a mess.
Eso ha sido de toda la vida.
En que la mayoría de los jóvenes quiere ser sicario, quiere ser narco. Tú sabes que te van a matar, tú sabes que no vas a estar. No me importa. Yo ya sé que está mi fosa hecha, así lo dice.
In northwest Sinaloa, Mirna Quinones knows firsthand the grief caused by the drug cartels.
La última vez que yo lo vi fue el 10 de julio del 2014. Nos tomamos unas cervezas, comimos mariscos, que se despidió muy bien de mí. Me acuerdo que me dio un abrazo.
When Mirna's son Roberto disappeared 7 years ago, she was determined to find him, but police refused to help.
Yo decidí buscarlo. Yo lo buscaba en ranchos abandonados. Yo esperaba verlo atado a una silla, amordazado. Nunca pensé que lo iba a encontrar muerto. Dichosas ellas que aún pueden tener la esperanza de que en algún momento sus hijos puedan regresar.
Mirna heard rumors of bodies buried in mass graves on the outskirts of town. So she grabbed her shovel and a pickaxe.
¿Dónde quedaron mis palas? Vámonos. Justo a la semana de que desapareció Roberto, encontramos 3 fosas donde había 5 cuerpos. No era Roberto. Pero ahí fue donde empecé la búsqueda como rastreadora, buscándolo en fosas clandestinas.
Word soon spread about her search. More mothers joined to look for their children.
Yo busco a mi hijo, Juan Francisco, que desapareció el 19 de junio del 2015.
Busco a mi hijo Víctor Ulises Acosta Cervantes. Él desapareció el 29 de julio del 2016. Y ella hace la difusión.
Mirna's organization, the Trackers of El Fuerte, now has hundreds of members.
Es que no
huele,
ninguna
no huele a podrido.
Y al meterla, y si hay un cuerpo ahí adentro, sale el aroma aquí o sale pedacitos.
In the last 6 years of searching, the trackers have found 207 bodies.
All the women need to find the body, but nobody wants to find in this place. Queremos en algún momento pensar que están con vida y que van a regresar. Entonces,
do they want justice, though? Are they asking, they're looking for the bodies, but are they also asking the government or the police, I want justice, I want to know why this happened?
Porque la justicia es ciega, no hay justicia. Todos sabemos, me habían amenazado la policía de aquí, municipal. El gobierno y la delincuencia están unidas.
So you're saying, at the moment in Mexico, justice just isn't possible?
We don't have justice in Mexico. There's no justice for us.
There are nearly 90,000 people missing in Mexico. But 3 years, almost to the day after Mirna began searching for her own son, Roberto, she found them.
Roberto fue el cuerpo número 93. 4 vértebras y parte de un bracito. Sí, la ridiculez de sepultar tan poquito. Pero ahí está la esencia de mi hijo. Y cada vez que yo voy a la tumba, y esa satisfacción no me la quita nadie, es algo que...
I think it's a time to reflect how many people in different parts of the world are also part of this problem that is killing people in Mexico. I think it's time to stop a little bit. Think about how many banks help to launder that dirty money, how many decent people consume these drugs, but they are not thinking that every gram of cocaine, every gram of heroin, trafficked by these cartels that they consume, they are giving more money to buy more bullets to kill more people in Mexico.